Hi and welcome to MFL Outdoors, and tonight we're back on the foxes, but tonight we've got a new piece of equipment. ThermTec have sent me their Ares 2 650L, which is L for LRF, and it also has the ballistics calculator built in. It's their thermal scope, so I'm going to be using that tonight for the first time. I've zeroed it in, but I will check zero before we head out, and yeah, we'll see how we get on. Conditions are really bad tonight. It's really foggy and really damp as well, so it's really hampering the thermal, so it's going to get a good workout. I was going to do an extra long video and show the scope, the menus and all the features of it, and then go on to do the foxing, but I thought I'll split it into two, because not everybody, as I know, will be interested in that sort of thing on the scope, but they like to see the scope out in use. So I'm going to do that as a second video, and that keeps everybody happy. So without further ado, let's get the gear together and let's get up there. So tonight we're using the ThermTec Ares 2, that's a 650L, that's the one with the laser rangefinder and ballistics calculator, and I'm using the Seiko A7 stainless 243. So let's get up there and see what we can find. We're just making our way up to a really good vantage point, and we should be able to see it all the way across the fells, and we're pretty near to the duck pond as well, so we'll see anything coming in there. As soon as we set up where we need it to be, I couldn't resist having a look through the scope, and wow, that's a cracking picture. You've got to remember, tonight is really bad. It's really wet, it's damp in the air, and we're getting really thick fog banks coming across, and the scope is doing remarkably well at the moment. This is just not ideal conditions for a thermal, so we're really going to give this scope a good workout. As you can see, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that picture, and I'm really going to enjoy bringing you videos using this scope. Right, just having a stand around to wait and see if anything comes in. You never know. It's pretty cold tonight, and we keep getting fog banks keep coming across. And I have to say, this ThermTec scope is doing really well, considering the conditions are really bad tonight. But yeah, so we'll keep looking and see what comes in. We didn't have to wait long, and this one popped up. I saw it through the spotter at first and then switched over to the scope. If you look to the top right of the screen, you'll see where it says 125 meters. That was where I actually first lasered it. It's coming in closer now, so it won't be at 125 meters obviously, and that won't change until I range it again. But I don't really need to, because this rifle is zeroed at 100 meters with this scope, and it'll shoot out to 200 meters without having to make any adjustments. Although this scope will do that with the ballistics calculator if I need it. We positioned ourselves so the forestry block is behind us, because believe it or not, we've actually got a full moon as well tonight, which just makes things even worse. But it can't see us because of the black background we've got, and obviously the clothing that we're wearing. With there being a lot of moisture in the air, it doesn't help the thermal, but it does help us in respect that our scent won't carry as far, so it's not going to pick it up. As you'll have heard, I had to give that one a quick squeak just to get it to stop. It just wouldn't stop, it just kept moving all the time. And I'm actually using the rifle on quad sticks, so it was getting increasingly more difficult for me to swing the rifle round. At the very back you can see 3 heat sources that's over the wall, more towards the tree line. The one to the left and the right I think, are both roe deer. The one in the middle, I'm sure that's a badger. At first I wasn't sure if it was a fox right in the distance, but it's not moving like a fox, and it's just mulling around in the same area. So I think that's what they are. Right, I think we'll go and pick that fox up.
Go down there,
I had to climb to a vantage point and direct my friend in. As the cover's so thick, we looked around for ages trying to find the fox and couldn't find it when we were both there, so I'm directing him in.
Stop.
Right, and that's the first one. Dog. Right. My spotter, come caddy friend and myself are now heading back to the vehicle. I'm pleased he can't hear me. Right, well, my friend's had enough now. We've got the one there, the one dog fox. He's heading off home, and I'm going to hang on for a while and see what's kicking around, see if there's anything left. It's not going to be a really late one tonight, but we'll see if anything else is trailing. Well, if the conditions weren't bad enough, they've just got 10 times worse. The fog's come in more, and it's a lot more moisture in the air, as you can see from the thermal. I'm actually amazed we've had any success tonight at all. In fact, my friend didn't want to come out in the first place. He thought it was too bad. Right, well, I've stopped for a break. My friend's gone, so I thought I might as well have something to eat. And we've got one fox so far, so that allows for one dearly Dunga. Ah, dear. Right, I'm going to have that. I'm going to have a quick drink, and then we'll get back to it. I decided to just stay spotting from the truck, and I noticed there's a lot of ducks lifting up and flying round. Now they're either lifting up from the rushes where they've been or from the pond, so there's obviously something mulling around up there. So I wonder if we're going to have a fox start heading this way. Also, you can just see how bad that moon is. When the fog banks clear a bit, you can see how bright it is up there. I just changed the OLED colour on the screen of the scope, and then I caught the back end of a fox just going through the rushes. I thought I'd give it just a very short blast on the mouth corner, see if I could spike its curiosity and bring it back in. Well, that seemed to do the trick. Right, well, that's another one, and I'm heading out now to get it. And as you can hear underfoot, it's rather sloshy, boggy. Ah, and there it is. There we have another one. Second fox of the night. Just gonna have a look and see what it is. Yeah, it's another dog. Right, well, I brought this one down to within 20 metres of the truck so I can go through some of the pallets and show you the different views on the scope. But I've also noticed it's got a really short tail, so I don't know if something's happened to it. You know, if it's been caught in something when it was younger, or it's an old war wound. Looking through the scope, I've got this set to red on the OLED, that's on the display, and it's on black hot. This one's with it on red hot. This is with green hot. This is on golden. And this one is violet. And here we are back at white hot. And here I'll just run through the OLED colours so you can see the difference on each one. I actually like the red one because it helps keep your night vision when you take your eye away from the scope. Okay, well that's 2 dog foxes tonight, and it's now 11:10, so I'm going to call it a night. The fog's come in again. It's really wet out as well, and it's really hampering the thermal now. I can see very little out at range. So yeah, the ThermTec Ares 2, that's 650L. That's performed really well. I'm really happy with that tonight. I don't know what you think. So far so good. So I'm going to look forward to using that one. Well, that's 2 foxes. So does that mean 2 dairy dunkers? I've eaten one, and I just put the other one just in case. I might eat that one on the way home. Right, I'm going to get out of here. All that's left for me to say, guys, is thanks very much for watching. Take care, and as always, we'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.